What's up, parents? While I got you here, I wanted to encourage you. I know that we've only heard from a handful of the kids, but I know that sometimes our kids ask questions that are really sharp, especially about the Bible or about Jesus or about faith. And sometimes when they ask them, we have no clue what the answer is or how to respond. And I want to encourage you, that is okay. And instead of us pretending that we know something that we don't, or acting like what they're asking isn't something that bothers us as well, I think it might be best for us to honor the fact that they're asking questions and to be able to say, I don't know, but I love that you're asking. I love that these stories that have captured the imaginations of people for hundreds of years, that it's still capturing your imagination and that you have questions about it. I think that if we can create some of that space for imagination and safety for asking questions, that in the long run, what we will end up doing is helping our kids a lot more than just by shoving the answers that we heard down their throats. So sometimes I hear from parents and they're like, what would you do with this question? And the first thing that I would tell all of you to do is to celebrate the fact that they're asking questions and not to diminish your own intellectual capacity for understanding, or that you're just letting your children hang out in the weeds for a bit. I think the point is more that we're allowing kids to be creative, to ask important questions of their faith, and to recognize that that's not wrong in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I believe that that is something that God honors, is when we approach God with the questions that we have about the Bible, about Jesus, about faith. So parents, don't feel shamed if you don't know the answer. Instead, celebrate the fact that your kids are engaged and they're thoughtful and they're thinking critically, and fan that flame so that they can continue on in that journey. And also, please feel free to reach out, and if we have a response, we would love to give that to help you have great conversations with your kids about faith. But in the meantime, just celebrate. It's so cool to see how these kids, their brains work, and the questions that they come up with, and how they're usually not weird. They're questions that everybody thinks up into their adulthood. So again, if you want to reach out, we'd love to help, but also just know that you're in good company and that God can handle the questions that your kids have, and maybe the lack of answers that we sometimes feel like we have. So be encouraged, folks. Your kids are awesome and we love serving them, so feel free to reach out.